we have discussed about organization structure, and we discussed about what do you mean by company code, correct? Profit center, right? What do you mean by trading partner? Next one, what is segment, and that one. So today, before I'll go to the core organization structure, so what is the minimal requirement of accounting, financial accounting? So that we are going to discuss. Academic accounting we are going to discuss today, so that it would be easy. Like majority people are well versed with accounting concept, but again few are very much new to the accounting concept. What is debit, what is credit, and all those stuff. So today what I'll do is I'll try to cover the base of accounting, so that next sessions whenever we do that what you called accounting entries, people will not have any sort of issues. Is that clear? Yeah, before I start, any questions? Before I start, any questions regarding last week's session or whatever it is, like whatever we discussed in artificial person and all those stuff we discussed. But again, once again, probably we will do it again in today's session. Before I proceed, any questions? Yes, no. If no, then I'll concede. I'll proceed.
No, Naveen, that's all.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. So, before, what is why accounting concepts are important? So, whatever may be the module you take in SAP, so at least we need to have a minimal knowledge on accounting, financial accounting, whether you are working on FICO, or whether you are working on module, or whether you are working for SD module or any module. Clear? We need to have a minimal accounting knowledge, why something is debiting, why something has been crediting. Clear? Credited. Minimal knowledge. That's what I'm saying. Here also we are going to cover what is the business requirement accounting. So only that particular part we are going to cover. If you know this much, then whether you are from commerce background or whether you are from non-commerce background, that is fine, not an issue. If you know these concept, right, going forward also in future, once you hit the floor, once you start working with the client, then you are not going to face any sort of challenge as per the business requirements. So that is the reason we are going to cover basic financial accounting. So here I'll cover the people. Okay, so here, first of all, I'll try to cover a concepts called here account, accounting, accountancy, accountancy, debit, credit, okay, goods, assets, sorry, asset, okay, liabilities, okay, expenses, losses, transactions. Before that, I will try to cover capital, okay. So majority people knows about it. Okay. So what do you mean by everybody knows bank account? We have a bank account, right? What exactly the account means? What do you mean by an account? What do you mean by an account? Any idea? Yeah, Vinod. Vinod, are you saying something? Because you're unmuted, but your voice is not coming. Okay. Let me explain. Everybody knows what do you mean by an account, right? What exactly account, in the sense people say that bank account, right? What exactly account? Okay, so here account is nothing but language of a business. Language of business. Here, it's a language of a business, right? The person who knows, for example, if I take one example, rent account debited to cash account. Okay, rent account debited to cash account. What does it mean actually? Rent account debited to cash account. This is normally in, sorry, yeah. Hope I'm audible to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Naveen.
Yeah. What is this actually? Rent account debited to cash. What does it mean? What does it mean actually? Or one more. Purchases account debited to cash. What does it mean? Quickly, I need a responses. The people who are from a commerce background.
We purchase goods in cash.
Okay, this is, and what about this?
Even rent we pay in cash.
Okay, so here if I say paid rent, purchased goods for cash. Okay, how many people understood the first one when I said paid rent and purchased goods for cash? How many people understood? Hope everybody understood this.
Yes.
Paid rent and purchased goods for cash. Correct? And when I said rent account debited to cash account, when I said purchases account debited to cash. So how many people understood this? So this is normal English statement. The person who knows English, who understand the wording of English, will understand these two statements, correct? And when I said this, rent account debited to cash account, purchases account debited to cash account, purchases account debited to cash account. Clear? Purchases account debited to cash. So here, why I'm saying is, this is nothing but an account. This is nothing but an accounting entry. So to this one, it is in English, right? It is in English. So as I mentioned, the people who knows English, in the sense, what do you mean by that? There would be a word, there would be several words, grammar, right? So whoever knows this particular rules and regulations of this particular language. Simple. What do you mean by a language? Language is nothing but a way of communication, right? So when I said this purchases account debited to cash, so somebody said it's purchased goods for cash. When I said rent account debited to cash, they said that paid rent. Means the person who knows, understand this language, who can, right, understood the rules and regulations, then they will understand this particular language. So that is, if you take science is also a language. Science is nothing but a systematized body of language. Clear? System. So what do you mean by science? In simple terms, science is nothing but a systematized body of language. So nothing but any system. Okay, it will explain. So then that is same thing. Account is nothing but a language of business. Every language will have some sort of rules, right? Some sort of principles, right? Some sort of grammar, right? So in the same way, account, as I mentioned, account is a language of a business. What do you mean by an account? Whenever I'll ask the people, what do you mean by an account? They will say that bank account, right? So and so, different. But in simple terminology, what do you mean by an account? Account is nothing but a language of business, right? It, like other languages, human languages, whatever we speak, for that we will have a grammar, words, and right. But this one, like account will have some sort of rules. Clear? Some sort of principles. If we know that rules and principles, then we can understand this business language. We'll understand this business language. So what do you mean by an account? In simple words, account is a language of a business. Whenever people ask you, what do you mean by an account? So don't give that bank account or vendor account, customer account. No, first of all, need to understand what account. Account is a language of a business. Clear? Language of a business, which will be what is the format of this language is, okay, which will be in T shape, which will be in T shape. What is our accounting language looks like? It is in capital T, alphabet capital T format. Okay. So okay, which is okay, this is account. So what do you mean by account? Account is a language of business which is in capital T shape, capital T shape, capital T shape. So immediately people will ask you, what do you mean by debit and credit? What is debit and what is credit? Can anyone? What is debit? What is credit? Anyone, please.
Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. It's a rule.
Perfect. Perfect. Next, what is debit? What is credit? What is your name? May I know your name?
Akila.
Got it. But when I asked your name, you said Akila. But you didn't said why your name is Akila. You got my point.
Yeah.
I asked what is debit. No, I didn't ask what is the rule of debit. Straight question I asked. What is debit and what is credit?
Money out and in.
Yeah, that is also a rule. I'll simply say that. Okay. Everybody knows, but still. So, like, what is account? Account is a
Language of business.
business, and which is in
T shape.
T shape, and it has two sides. It's very simple. It has two sides. Okay, it has two sides. That is left hand side, and the right hand side. Right hand side. Okay, the left hand side of any account is known as debit side. Okay, what do you mean by debit? The left hand side of any account, don't go with the rules. The left hand side of any account is known as a debit. Okay, and the right hand side of any account is known as credit. Hope you understood now. What do you mean by debit? What do you mean by credit? What do you mean by debit and what do you mean by credit? What do you mean by debit? What do you mean by credit? The left hand side of any account is known as debit, and the right hand side of any account is known as credit. Simple, don't go with the rules. Right? This is an account. Okay, account, this is debit and this is credit. The left hand side of any account is known as a debit or debit side, and the right hand side of any account is known as credit or credit side. Clear, everyone? Right? So now you understood what do you mean account. So all the rules, whatever you said, debit, what comes in, credit, what goes out, amount coming in, amount going out, or debit the receiver, credit the giver, all those stuff will come under the rules. Right? As I said, that every language will have its own words and grammar. In the same way, a business language, it is having its own rules and principles. So the rule of account set, we have a different accounts are there that we will discuss in our next. So then what do you mean by accounting? I know what do you mean by an account, and now I know what do you mean by debit, I know what do you mean by credit. Then what do you mean by accounting? Clear? So for example, the process of learning account, okay, is known as accounting. Clear? The process of learning account means to learn this particular language. Okay, whatever we do, then that is called accounting. For example, in intermediate, we'll start the first step, right, by taking MEC or a CEC or whatever group, right? So first 2 years, and after that a BCom or BBA or whatever it is. So next 3 years, and after that your masters, MBA or MCom, whatever you do. So the process, you will learn the process, right? Then the process of learning account is known as an accounting. So in textbooks you can see that you want to find financial account, no, you won't see it as a financial accountancy, you will see it as an accounting, financial accounting, cost accounting, management accounting. Means whatever textbook your university or your board will prefer, you are going to refer, so on that you can see the label as an accounting, not an accountancy. Clear? So this is called accounting. The process of learning is known as accounting. Okay. Next one, what do you mean by accountancy? What do you mean by accountancy? So we have learned 5 years or 7 years of accounting. Okay. And after that, the real implementation, the real implementation of accounting in our day-to-day life is known as accountancy. Hope you, right? So first, language, accounting. So you have done your graduation or a master's, and after that you joined an organization. So as an accountant or a SAP consultant or SAP end user or whatever it is. So what you are going to do, whatever you have learned for 5 years or 7 years, so you are going to start implementing the real thing. Clear? Then that is considered as a accountancy, chartered accountancy. Clear? Anything. Chartered accounting is nothing but if someone is saying that I'm doing my chartered accounting, what do you mean by that? They are learning that. Okay, then when they start practice or when they start doing, then they call it as an accountancy. Clear? Understood? The three terminology is very important. Account, accounting, and accountancy. If you are learning, you are as a student, you can say that accounting. And you are already working, then you are doing an accountancy. Clear? And account is a language of business. Fine. So next one. Already we discussed what do you mean by debit and what do you mean by credit. Now you know that. What do you mean by debit? What do you mean by debit?
Left hand side of
Account, right? And what do you mean by credit?
Right hand side of
Right hand side of any account. Clear? That could be any account. And why I am calling it as an account? Again, I'll as I know that account. Here I'll write again account. Okay. Accounts, why I'm saying any account in the sense broadly, whatever may be the accounts, whatever may be the account. Okay. The accounts are broadly classified into three types. Okay, the whatever may be the whatever may be the account, it could be a bank account, it could be a vendor account, it could be a salaries account, it could be a rent account, whatever account, then that will come under only these three accounts. What are they in the sense? First one, okay, first one, okay, personal account. Second one, real account. These are the types of accounts. I'll discuss what do you mean by this. Next one, nominal account. First one, personal account. Okay, personal accounts or account. Okay, personal accounts. Next one, real accounts. Okay, real accounts and nominal accounts. So last week already we discussed about personal accounts, right? So what do you mean by personal account? Okay, the account which deals with persons. Okay, the account which deals with persons. I think I have explained, right? Any account which deals with persons. then that account is known as a personal account. That account is known as a personal account. So as per personal account, as per, or else I'll mention in this material also, so that it will be easy for you to refer. So what do you mean by personal account? Personal account. Okay. The account which deals with persons. Which deals with persons. Okay. Then that is nothing but personal account. What do you mean by personal account? Simple. The account which deals with persons is known as a personal account. And according to personal account, according to personal account, the persons are classified into three types. Okay, the persons are classified into three types. I'll discuss now only two types, and later I'll discuss another three. Okay, what do you mean by personal accounts? Personal accounts are nothing but the account which deals with persons. The account which deals with persons, then that is considered as a personal accounts. Clear? In that first one, what are the different accounts? Divided: natural persons. Second one, artificial persons. Next one, representative persons. Simple. Okay. As per personal account, the persons are classified into three different categories or three different types. One is natural persons, artificial persons, and representative persons. So already we discussed what do you mean by natural person. Okay. So I'll explain natural persons. Okay. Who is a natural person? Who is a natural person? Who is a natural person?
Really human being.
Sorry? Yeah. All human beings. Correct? All we. What is the thumb rule? All human beings. What is the condition? Who will consider as a natural person? Okay, right, I understood. The first thumb rule, they should be a human being. Next one. What is the second rule?
Involved in economic activities.
Yes. All human beings who involved, this is very important, who involved in economic activities means buying and selling, receipts and payments of cash or cash worth. Okay, then those human beings are considered as a natural persons. Then they are considered as natural persons. Right? Understood, right? Who is a natural person? All human beings, all we, right? But that is the thumb rule. First thumb rule, they should be human being. Second thumb rule, they need to involve in economic activities. What do you mean by economic activities? Buying and selling, receipts and payments, right? Then they are considered as a natural persons according to personal account. So if at all, who is, even though they are human beings, but not doing economic activities, then they are not considered as a natural persons. Like as I said, infant babies or mentally retarded people, right? Then they are not considered as a natural persons, right? You can take any example, right? Next one, artificial persons. This is very, very important. Artificial persons. Who are artificial persons? Okay, the artificial persons are not natural. Now you understood what I mean by not natural. Not natural, but still involved in all economic activities. Okay. Then they are considered as a artificial persons. Okay, who is an artificial person? Artificial persons are nothing but they are not natural like human. They're not human beings. Clear? But still involved in all economic activities. Right? Last week we took example. If I pay college fees, right? Then what I'll say? I paid college fees. But does college is directly taking? No, right? So some accountant or a clerk will take. But still, are we saying that we paid a clerk fee or we paid a accountant fee? But still, we are saying that we paid college fee. So we are considering college as a person. We are recognizing college as a person. Then what kind of person? College is a human being? No, right? College is considered as an artificial person because it is not a human being, not a natural person, but college is involved in receipts and payments. Clear? Next one. If you take Chandana Brothers or RS Brothers or whatever it is, so or any other, right? Then we purchase addresses from so and so store. So does that particular store is selling you? No, right? So, but still, some salesman will give you, some salesman will show you. But still, we are saying that we purchased from so and so store. So, we are considering that store as a person. What kind of person it is? Artificial. So, legally, it is recognized as a person. All the artificial persons are legally recognized as a persons. So, that is the reason in accounting terminology we call it as a legal entity. Even though why entity it is, we are considering it as a person, even though they are not natural. Clear? Because they are involved in all economic activities, all purchase and sales, all receipts and payments. So that is the reason if you take anything, your restaurants, colleges, hospitals, right, companies, business, what banks, all are wherever economic activity involved and they are not natural person, then consider it as an artificial person as per your personal accounts. Clear? Example. Can you few examples for artificial persons?
Company.
Yeah. Example companies. Okay. So for example, I said Ram will come under
Natural.
Ramen Company.
Ramen company. Artificial.
Ramen Company,
Artificial.
artificial person, right? Same thing. Whenever you say that company is added to natural person, so then it will become an artificial person. Clear? Artificial person. So is this clear till here? Who is a natural person? Who is an artificial person? Companies, right? As I said that. Next one, college, banks, business, right? Next one,
Partnership forms.
anything, yeah. Firms, right? Colleges, schools, hospitals. Okay, whatever you can consider, then it is considered as an artificial persons. Clear? So I will take this representative person little later. In SAP, we have an open item management. At that particular point of time, I'll discuss what is a representative persons in depth. Okay, as of now, I'm just park this particular part. Okay, so now you understood, right? How many types of accounts we have? We have a total three types of account. One is a personal account, one is a real account, and another one is a nominal account, right? And before this, I want to say one thumb rule. Okay, okay. First thumb rule, we need to remember that. Always don't forget this whenever you are doing accounting or any financial thing. Thumb rule. Okay. So, whenever we are doing accounts, whenever we are doing accounts, whenever we are doing accounts, we need to consider, we need to consider ourselves, ourselves as business. Okay. And we prepare accounts in business point of view. Business point of view. Okay, business point of view, not owner's point of view. Owner's point of view. Owner's point. Remember this. Every businessman, okay, if you take Ambani or whoever it is, first they will follow this particular rule. What is that rule? Whenever we are doing accounts, we need to consider ourselves as a business, and okay, and we will prepare our accounts in business point of view, not owner point of view. Okay, so what is the thumb? Why this thumb rule follows is there is a concept called in accounts. There is a concept called, remember that,
Separate legal
business.
entity.
Sorry,
Yeah, legal entities.
yeah, entity concept. Okay, business entity concept. So what do you mean by business entity concept? This is a thumb rule we follow. What do you mean by business entity concept? In the sense, what business entity concept is, whenever you start, okay, so what business entity concept is? Nothing but the owner is different from business. Clear? What do you mean by this? The owner is different from a business. This particular thing we need to follow. Whenever we are maintaining accounts or whenever we are doing a business, we need to consider ourselves as a business, not owner. Okay. For example, if I say Naveen started business with cash. So how many persons are involved in this particular transaction? This is called transaction. I'll tell you what do you mean by transaction. How many persons are involved in this? How many persons are involved in this?
Only
Naveen
one.
started.
Only
Huh?
one.
Only one? Are you sure?
Yeah, Naveen is natural.
Three.
Business second.
Two persons are
Two.
involved, correct? One is Naveen, another one is a business. Naveen is
Yeah.
a natural person, business is an artificial person, correct? So what I'm saying here, whenever you are doing, I'm Naveen, but whenever I am doing an account for a business, then I need to consider myself as a business, not Naveen. Naveen is a owner, but I need to consider myself as a business. What kind of person I am? I am artificial person, right? And who is giving money to me? Who is giving cash to me?
Naveen.
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 Naveen will become owner. Clear? So what is a thumb rule? Again, I am saying, so owner is separate from the business. What entity concept said is owner is separate from a business, business is separate from the owner. So as a business, I'm supposed to consider myself as a business. I need to consider myself as a business. So for example, Naveen started business with cash 10 lakhs. Okay, so what does it mean? How much cash Naveen is giving to me? How much cash Naveen is giving to me? 10 lakhs. Correct? I am the business and Naveen is the owner, right? And Naveen is giving 10 lakhs to me. Correct? So what is my responsibility? At the end, I need to repay back this 10 lakhs to owner. That is nothing but to Naveen. So remember this thumb rule. Okay, separate legal entity concept. Owner is separate from business. Business is separate from owner. Right? We need to consider ourselves as a business whenever we are doing accounts. What kind of person? Artificial person. Is this clear, everyone? So who is a business here? Whose business?
Artificial person.
Whose
Artificial.
business? We.
We.
We are the business. And whoever his name is given, he is separate owner. Clear? And what is our responsibility? Owner is giving this much amount to us to do our activities, right? To do our day-to-day activities, purchase, sales, payments, and all those stuff. So what is our responsibility at the end?
To return back.
To return back this amount to owner.
Naveen.
Correct? Yeah. So this is what. So business entity concept, simple concept. This is entity. This, if you follow this entity concept, accounts would be easy for us. And whatever business we are doing, that is easy for us. Right? We never club. We are not supposed to club our personal transactions with the business transactions. We need to maintain a business transaction separately and personal transactions separately. If you take Ambani, right? If you single NP also, he will account. That is the reason they are considered as a successful business people. Clear? They follow completely accounting concepts in their business. Whoever, I'm not taking one person, but still. Clear? So this is, so again, I'll come back to this particular rules again. So natural person, artificial persons, you understood. Next one, we have a concept, debit and credit. We always have. So next one, what is the other rule we have? What is the other account? What is the other account we have? This is personal accounts.
Real.
Yeah, personal accounts. I'll tell you this. Okay, personal accounts. Personal accounts. Next one we have real accounts. Real accounts. Okay. So what do you mean by real account? In the sense, simple. What do you mean by real account? The accounts. Okay, simple. The accounts which deals with business assets. Okay. The account which deals with business assets, then they are considered as a real account. Real accounts. Okay. What do you mean by real account? It's simple. Again, I'm saying business, not owner assets, business assets, right? The account which deals with business assets, then they will considered as a real accounts. So what are the asset? I'll tell what do you mean asset? Clear? Okay. So again, as per real account, okay, as per real account, the assets are, I'm going very simple way now. The assets are classified into two types. One is current assets. Second one, fixed assets. Simple. Okay. So what do you mean by real account? First, we need to understand that. Real accounts are nothing but the account which deals with business assets. Then they are considered as a real account. Clear? Next one, what do you mean by, and again, according to a real account, the assets are broadly classified into two types. The accounts are broadly classified into two types. What is one? Current assets and fixed assets. Okay. So what do you mean by current assets? Okay. I'll take here. Anyone? What do you mean by current assets? Can anyone?
Anything that can be easily converted into cash.
What do you mean by easily? Every asset can be converted into cash easily. You're building. You
I
can say,
mean,
In the short period.
yeah.
what do you mean by short period? 1 day, 2 days, 3 days.
Within a year.
Year in the sense from when to when?
Financial year?
Means what? Financial year means what?
Hmm.
How can you decide it is a financial year? I'll explain. Yeah, your majority, everyone said right, perfect. That is okay. What do you mean by a real account? Current assets, as I said that. You know what? I'll tell you what the meaning of asset also. I'll tell you what do you mean by an asset also. As of now, any asset, as some majority people said, current asset. Okay. Majority said quickly converted into cash. Somebody said within a year. Somebody said within financial year. Right? Simple, I'll tell you. What do you mean by current assets? The assets, same thing I'm taking, which can be converted into cash. Any asset, if you can convert it into cash quickly, okay, then those assets are known as a current assets. Then those assets are known as a current assets. Again, same thing. Somebody said quickly. I said quickly in the sense when. What do you mean by quickly? 1 day, 2 day, 3 day? How much? Right? So quickly. Or I can write the assets which can be converted into cash within a year. Within a year. Again, okay, I understood. Quickly in the sense within 1 year, within 365 days, whatever assets we can convert into cash, then they are considered as a current asset. Again, my question, year in the sense when? From Jan to December or from April to March or what? Clear? Next. Again, the question quickly, first question, I said the assets can be converted into cash quickly. That is a current asset. Yes, absolutely right. But again, the question will come quickly in the sense how much time? Now I said the assets which can be converted into cash within a year, right? So again, year in the sense there would be something different. April to March or Jan to December or July to June. What? September, October to September. One year in the sense from when to when. Okay. So same thing. The assets which can be converted into cash, okay, from preparation of one balance sheet to preparation of another balance sheet. Understood? Normally, any business, okay, they will prepare balance sheet every year end. Means if my financial year, nothing but my accounting year, okay, my financial year is, I'm following in India, we follow April to March, right? So last March, I have prepared my balance sheet, right? And next year, March, I am going to prepare another balance sheet, right? In between this balance sheet to balance sheet, whatever assets we can convert it into cash quickly, then those assets are nothing but current assets. Those assets are nothing but current assets. Understood? Quickly in the sense when 1 year. 1 year in the sense when? From preparation of one balance sheet to another balance sheet. Right? So when we will prepare at the year end in the sense if your company is in America, most of the American companies follow Jan to December.
Okay.
Most of the Indian companies follow April to March. Most of the Australian companies follow July to June. Right? Most of the a few European countries follow October to September. Their financial. So whatever may be the financial year. So year end, whatever last in the accounting, last step would be preparation of balance sheet. After that, again, they will start from start. Clear? So whenever a company prepares a balance sheet from 1 year, whatever last year balance sheet to current year balance sheet, whatever assets we can convert into cash, then those assets are considered as an current assets. For example, okay, already cash. Okay, cash. Already it is a liquid. Next one, cash at the bank. Nothing but it's not fixed deposit. I'm having a amount in my bank, so I can withdraw at any point of time. We can convert into cash quickly. Next one, stock. I won't write it as okay, stock. Means I can sell it at any point of time. I'm not saying an asset, I'm saying stock, inventory, right? I can sell it, I can convert into cash. Next one, debtors, sundry debtors. What do you mean by we sold goods or something to customer on credit? Normally, we will give lesser than 1 year time. Not normally 100%. We will give lesser than 1 year time. So which we can recover from debtors. Clear? Next one, bills receivables. I'll talk all this stuff, terminologies again. Bills. So these are considered as a current assets. Any asset which can be converted into cash within a year time, that is nothing but from preparation of one balance sheet to another balance sheet. Then they are considered as a current assets. Then they are considered as a current assets. Again, I'm telling you, if you ask accounting people also, the people who have done their MBAs or MCOM, you just ask them what do you mean by current asset, they will say that the asset which can be converted into cash quickly, they'll say that. If you say that from when to when, probably you won't get answer. Probably you won't get answer. So again, there is one question. So buildings, is it current asset or a fixed asset?
Fixed.
Why? Can't I sell it in within a year time?
You can, but what is it? Longer run and
That's what I'm saying. See, I purchased a asset. Sorry, I purchased a building, right? So can't I convert into a cash within a year time? Furniture or land, buildings, whatever you call, can't I convert within a year time? Year in the sense almost all 365 days. So can't I convert those assets into current asset, cash? Yes, no.
It can be converted, but we need to categorize
No,
which
I'm asking
items,
simple
which
question.
things
I'm a
are.
I'm a layman. I'm a layman, and you said that current asset. I'm a layman. Okay, I'm a layman. When I said, you said assets are of two types, current asset and fixed asset, and you said the current asset in the sense which can be converted into cash within a year time, that is 365 days, or from preparation so simple. And you have given few examples when I asked land, building, machinery, furniture, and you said that those are fixed assets. So immediately, as I said that I'm a layman, I don't know. So according to me, I can sell anything within a year time. Then why all those things will not be converted as a current assets? Why they are not considered as in current assets? Hope you got my question.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Then why it is considered as separately a fixed? That could be in current asset only, right? I am having a 1 year time to sell. I can convert at any point of time into cash. So is it a really challenge to sell a furniture? Does it take a 1 year time?
Because for buildings and all, we have to take depreciation in the
I'm a
long
layman.
run.
I'm saying I don't know what is a I'm just according to the statement, what is a current asset? I understood which can be converted into cash quickly. Then that asset is considered as a current asset. So and you said few examples. And when I asked land and building, you said fixed asset. So immediately I'm raising a concern that can't I sell these furniture or buildings or land, whatever you're calling it as a fixed asset. So can't I sell them within a year time? Is it possible or not?
No.
Why not? Will it take if will it not possible to sell? For example, I want to sell my laptop. Laptop is a fixed asset. So can't I sell a laptop within a year?
Yes.
If I
You
do it in
can.
OLX, I can sell it within a days.
Yes.
Then I'll tell you. No, you people are very much near and you know that also, but still. Okay. What do you mean by fixed asset? I'll tell you. Okay. Same thing, opposite to this. Okay. The assets which cannot be converted. Again, I'm saying the assets which cannot be converted into cash quickly. What do you mean by quickly? What do you mean by quickly? The assets which cannot be converted into cash within a
Within
year
a
time,
financial year.
right? Again, within a year in the sense from preparation of one balance sheet to another balance.
Yes.
All those assets are considered as a fixed assets. Correct? So before I want to go here fixed asset, so I am coming here goods and asset. I'm just deviating here. The difference between goods and asset, and then I'll go to fixed assets. What do you mean by goods? What do you mean by goods? Okay, again, I'm saying here.
Goods are something.
Sorry.
Goods are something which we purchase it for resale for
Exactly.
business purpose.
Right. So the simple terminology, what do you mean by goods? Okay. Something which we purchase or manufacture, which we purchase for resale. Then they are considered as goods. What do you mean by this? My business is, I'm a furniture dealer. Right? What is my business? I'm a furniture dealer. I'll purchase furniture. Okay, and I'll resell it. Clear? So, am I purchasing to use or I'm purchasing for resale?
Resell for that.
Resell in the sense that is considered as a goods. For example, if I say real estate owner, they will purchase lands and they will sell lands. Right? For them, land is an asset or a good.
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 Right? Something which we purchase for with the intention of resale. Right? Then that is considered as a good. For example, a builder, they will purchase buildings and they will sell buildings. So for a builder, buildings are asset or
Goods.
goods,
Goods.
right? And same thing, I'm a dress material, my business is dress materials. So I'll purchase dresses and I'll sell dresses. So dress material will become asset or a goods.
Goods.
Perfect. So for a furniture dealer purchased a laptop. Furniture dealer purchased a laptop. Laptop for him, is it an asset or a good?
It's asset.
Asset.
Why?
Because it's
Personal
not,
use.
not
Exactly.
personal.
Correct. Electronic dealer purchased furniture.
It's asset.
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 Right? His business is not that. For example, a real estate owner purchased land.
It's a good.
Good,
It's a good
right?
thing.
Same time, a real estate owner purchased furniture.
It's asset.
Asset.
Now you got the point,
Yes.
right? So here, something which we purchased for resale with the intention of resale, then they are considered as a goods. So same thing, fixed asset here. So what do you mean by that? Now you ask, what do you mean by asset? You understood. According to your nature of the business, we need to finalize whether it is a good or an asset, right? Same thing. For example, whoever may be the dealer, the assets which cannot be converted into cash quickly. So I'm a furniture dealer and I am purchasing a land. At the time of purchase of land, okay, what is my business?
Furniture business.
Furniture. So at the time of purchase of land, what would be my intention? I will consider that I am going to use for a longer period.
Longer.
Correct. What is my intention at the time of purchase?
Use
I want to resell within a year. I want to keep it with me for longer period.
longer period.
Right? Same thing. I am a furniture dealer. Okay. I am purchased a building. So what is my intention at the time of purchase?
To use longer period.
Use a long. I'm a cloth dealer and I purchased furniture. So what is my intention at the time of purchase of furniture?
So for use of longer period.
So do I want to sell within a year time or I want to
No.
use more than a year?
More than a year.
More than a year means what do you mean by fixed asset? The assets which cannot be converted. Why it cannot be converted in the sense at the time of purchase, what was my intention? I want to use for a longer period.
Yes.
Clear? So on the base of that, we consider it as a fixed assets. Hope you got my point. We can sell it by XYZ reason, we can sell it. But at the time of purchase, what was my intention? What is my intention? What is the buyer intention? Right? Normally, that they want to use for longer period. So whatever we want to use for a longer period, then that is considered as a fixed assets. Hope you got my point now. Yes, no?
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
So same thing. You can say that example. According to nature of the business, you need to finalize that. Example, furniture. All right. Buildings, land, machinery, computer, car, or whatever you call. Right? So same thing. These are considered as a fixed assets. Current assets and fixed assets. Clear? Immediately, if I'm having some amount in my bank, so I'll keep it if it's not a fixed deposit, but do I keep it for a longer period as it is? I got my salary, my bank account has credited. So I will keep it as it is for a longer period, or I'll draw immediately. Immediately, in the sense within a month or something else for to meet my expenses, I'll withdraw it. So then that is nothing but your current asset. Hope you got the difference between your current asset and a fixed asset. Any questions before I proceed?
Yes, Naveen.
Next one, the most important thing, capital. Sorry, capital. So what is the thumb rule when we do our accounts? We need to consider ourselves as
Business.
Business.
business, right? Owner is separate from
Business.
business. That is the thumb rule we need to follow. So what do you mean by capital, right? Capital is nothing but the owner's investment. The owner's investment. Okay, or we can call it as the owner's equity. The owner's equity. Okay, the owner's investment or the owner's equity, we call it as a capital. Okay, capital is nothing but whatever amount, in other words, I'll write in a simple layman language. Okay, whatever amount owner invests in the business is known as capital. Okay, whatever amount owner invest is considered as a capital. So what is our responsibility? What is a business responsibility at the end?
To get return back.
Okay, simple, right? So, but what do you mean by return back? So for example, your parents have given some amount to you and your friends have given some amount to you, right? Which amount we need to return?
Friends.
Friends amount, correct? Parents amount normally not at some age, right? So whatever amount we need to return back, then that is considered as a liability. What we owe. Clear? So whatever we need to return back, then that is considered as a liability. Simple term, what do you mean by an asset? What we own is nothing but an asset. What we owe is nothing but a liability. Clear? So now capital is considered as an asset or a liability to us.
Liability to us.
Exact. Us in the sense, who are we?
Business.
Business.
Exactly. Now you understood, right? So normally if I attended first interview after before completion of my graduation. I have attended as an accountant. So first question they asked me, what do you mean by capital? I said simple, capital is nothing but a liability. Capital is nothing but a owner investment. And is it in a liability or an asset? They asked me. So I said, I'll show in my balance sheet as a liability. So next question they raised, you are the owner of your business, right? You didn't borrow your capital, 10 lakhs or 5 lakhs. You didn't borrow it from anywhere. It's your own money. You need not to return back to owner. You need not to return back to anyone. It's your own money. You have invested in your own business, right? 5 lakhs rupees, right? then why you are showing it as a liability? You didn't borrow from anywhere, but you have invested in your own business. Then why you can say that is a capital? You have invested in your business, that is nothing but a capital. But why you are considering capital as a liability?
Business entity concept.
Exactly, because I was not aware at that particular point of time. We have a concept called entity concept.
Yeah.
Owner is different and business is different. Clear, even though it's my own money, right? Now owner is different and business is different, and I need to consider myself as a business, right? So whatever amount owner is giving to me, my prime responsibility is to return back that amount to owner. Something which we need to return back, then that is considered as a liability. Hope you got my point now.
Yes.
Clear? So something which we need to return back, then that is considered as a liability. Majority people will pull our legs regarding capital. So capital is simple owner investment, right? So whatever amount owner invest in our business, right, in us, so we need to return back. So that is the reason capital is considered as a liability. Clear? Always capital is a liability. And thumb rule, we need to consider ourselves as a business, as an artificial person. So I will come later that. Now you understood what do you mean by goods and what do you mean by asset?
Yes.
Correct? Next one. Liabilities. Something which we need to repay back is nothing but liabilities. I'll talk what do you mean by how many types of liabilities in our next sessions. Is this clear?
Okay.
Next one. Expense and loss. What is the difference between expense and loss? I will write it as an expense or expenditure or whatever you call. Loss. Not losses. I'll write it as a loss. Simple. What is the difference between expense and loss? What is the
Yes,
difference?
Co-
expense is something which we are going to get in return.
Mhm.
Cost.
We are going to get something in return by investing. By
Yeah.
investing something, we are going to get
So for
something in
example,
return.
yeah, right, correct. I'll tell you in simple words. Whatever amount we spent, okay, whatever simple airline difference between expense and loss. Okay, expense can be converted into loss, loss can be converted into expense. On the base of what? Whatever amount we spent, if we are getting a return benefit, then that is considered as expense, as an expense. Clear? If you are getting something in return, whatever amount you spent, for example, you are spending for rent, building rent, right? Do you get a return benefit,
Yes.
right? You are paying salaries to your maid. Are you getting any return benefit,
Yes.
right? So same thing in other words, whatever amount we spent, if we are not getting any return benefit, then that is known as loss. Simple. Whatever amount we are spending, and if we are getting a return benefit, then that is considered as an expense. If we are spending amount and we are not getting any return benefit, for example, you are paying rent to your building. Sorry, you are paying your maid salary, right? And your maid is not coming for 2 months and you are paying it. So is it a loss or expense?
Loss.
Why?
Because we are not using the services.
Correct. And you paid a rent. Sorry, you are paying a rent. Okay, but you are not using that building because at the time of Corona, majority buildings we took a lease and we didn't use it. So is it a expense or a loss?
The loss.
Exactly. For example, this particular course, you are paying a lot of amount for this particular course. Clear? So, is it an expense or a loss?
Expense.
The expense.
It again, if you are getting some benefit with this particular course, then it is considered as an expense. If you are not getting any return benefit with this particular course, then it is considered as a loss. Same thing, time, right? You are spending time here. If you are getting any return benefit by spending time, then that is considered as your expense of your time. And you are not getting anything, then it is a loss of time.
Yes.
Understood the difference between these two? Simple airline difference, as I said that.
Naveen, one question here.
Please.
So here, suppose if we purchase something like goods or anything,
Mhm.
so it comes under expenses or
If you purchase a good, right, you are spending some amount purchase. So what you will do that goods? You will
we'll
sell.
means we manufacture something else and we sell again.
We will sell again. So by manufacturing or purchasing, you're spending some amount. And what you're doing, you're selling it and you're getting some profit or whatever it is. You're getting a return benefit or not.
Yes.
Then that is considered as an expense. Purchase is an expense. Purchase of goods is nothing but an expense.
Okay.
Any other questions? Purchases and loss. Sorry, expenses and loss. So airline difference between your expense and loss. Yes, no.
Clear, Naveen.
Yeah.
So I'll stop here today, and tomorrow we will do few more concepts of accounting. Few more concepts are there, like entries and how to post entries, why your balance sheet is always equal, and those concepts we are going to discuss in tomorrow's session. Clear? So that you will be well versed with all account. Mostly, again, I'm not saying all. Most of the accounting concept you will be well versed, so that once we start with the practical SAP part, then probably you will not get any sort of hiccups. Okay, if you know these concepts, even though you are from commerce background or non-commerce background or whatever, maybe the backgrounds. Clear?
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. And tomorrow and next weekend also we have a same time, and after that we will have a normal time. Yeah. Thank you all.
Thank you, Naveen. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, Naveen.
Yeah. Thanks, Naveen.